Masters Vessel Classical Academy, Primary Section. On the roll.
Good day, pupils. I am Chikwere Uchechi Margaret, your computer teacher for Primary 5. Our topic today is Microsoft PowerPoint, Working with Slide, Part 1. I say our topic is Microsoft PowerPoint, Working with Slide, Part 1. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand the following: a slide. 2. Placeholder. I say you should be able to understand the following: what a slide is and what a placeholder is. 2. You should be able to insert a slide, knowing different ways you can insert a slide, a new slide. I say you'll be able to understand the following: the slide, the placeholder, and ways you can insert a new slide. In our previous lesson, I explained what PowerPoint is, an application software that helps us to present an information to the audience. As we are in the house now, it is through PowerPoint that this slide has been displaying to you. So it is the help of PowerPoint that we're able to key in and you see each slide as we are teaching you. So now, what is this slide? I say we're able to understand what a slide is. A slide is the place where you type in your content, the place where you place your content, the word, the picture, the image that make up your presentation. That page, in Microsoft Word we call it page, but in PowerPoint we call it slide. We have page 1, page 2, page 3. The same thing happened in PowerPoint. We have slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. If we can go back when I was introducing myself, you see the first slide contains my name, the class, and the subject. That is page 1. While the second slide that was shown to you contained only the topic. That is page 2 if it's in Microsoft Word, but we call it slide. Now the third one contains the objective, what we were able to learn. That is the page 3, or you call it slide 3. Now this present one we are now taking, where I define what slide is and what placeholder is the fourth slide. In Microsoft Word we call it page 4, but in PowerPoint we call it slide 4. Where I type all these things, what we call slide. I can decide to put a picture. This page I put a picture is what we call slide. I say is where you place the content that make up your presentation. As I'm teaching, I'm presenting my topic or my subject to you. Now, placeholder. What is this placeholder? If you open Microsoft PowerPoint, on the slide, you will see a rectangular dotted line where everything you are typing is supposed to be. If you pass that dotted line, where you are projecting it, it will cut off. If you pass that dotted line, when you are presenting it, those parts that was not within that dotted line will cut off. So a placeholder are the area on the slide that are enclosed by a dotted line, which holds the content, such as the title, the body text, the table, the slide, etc., the sound, the video. That dotted line, that rectangular dotted line is what we call a placeholder. I said, if anything you are pressing, is it a text? Is it a picture? If you pass that dotted line, where you project it, those parts that cross the dotted line will not be seen. It will go off. That's what a placeholder means. What the meaning of a placeholder. Now, how do we insert a slide? How do we insert a new slide? When you create a new presentation, you only have one slide. And that one slide cannot contain all what you are typing. You have to insert as many slides based on the information you want to present. Now, how do we insert many slide, an additional slide? There are 3 ways we can do that. And I'll give you these 3 ways and the step on how to do it. I say there are 3 ways to insert an additional slide on your presentation. Method 1, by clicking on the slide button on the slide group. Clicking on the slide button on the slide group. This slide button, you see it on the home tab. Home tab of the slide group. You will see the new slide button. Home tab of the slide group. You click on new slide button. If you watch closely on that new slide button, you will see the new slide button has 2 halves, the upper and the lower. They divide that button into 2. If you click on the top half, the new slide button, the new slide will appear. But if you click on the below half, a 9 selection of slide will appear. I say that new slide button is divided into 2. That particular button, they have the upper and the lower. If you click on the upper button on that new slide button, a new slide will automatically display. But if you click on the lower, that is the half, the below, the bottom slide, new slide button, a 9 selection of a slide will appear. You have to select the particular layout you want. I said note, if you click the bottom half, it will open a selection of 9 slides. You click on your desired slide. That is the slide layout you want. That's the number 1 method of inserting a new slide. Number 2 method of inserting a new slide. Look on your keyboard, you will see the Control key. You press the Control key and press M. Control plus M will give you a new slide. Control plus M will insert a new slide for you. The 3rd method is to right-click on the last slide of your presentation. I say right-click, not click. No, we have left-click and right-click. With the help of your mouse, you right-click. You right-click on the last slide of your presentation. Remember, I say adding more slide. Adding more slide. When you create a presentation, it's only 1 slide that will appear. For you to add an additional slide, I said the 3rd method is right-clicking on the last slide. A menu will appear. 2, you select a new slide. Another slide will appear. Now this one now is 1 slide, 2 slides. To add a 3rd slide, you have to right-click on that slide there 2. You know you already have 1 and 2. To add the 3rd one, right-click on the slide 2. That is the last slide under your presentation. When you right-click it, a menu will appear. You click New Slide. Your presentation has now 3 slides. To add a 4th slide, you have to right-click on the 3rd slide. That is the last slide of your presentation. A menu will appear. You select New Slide. Now the presentation have 4 slides. To add the 5th slide, you have to right-click on the 4th slide. Another menu will appear. You click a New Slide. That is how you add as many slides under your presentation. I have mentioned 3 methods of applying a new slide on our presentation. Number 1, I say you must go through the home tab of the slide group. You click on the new slide button. Home tab of the slide group. You click on the new slide button. 2, pressing Control plus M, not N. Control plus M. 3, right-click on the last slide of your presentation. A menu will appear. You select New Slide. You can also add a new slide in between 2 slides. You can also add a new slide in between two slides. Like I said, slide 1 and 2. And you remember there is something that's supposed to come before slide 2, and you just want to attach it. Then to erase all the contents of slide 2, you can add a slide between 1 and 2 and key in the information you want to add that will come below, above slide 2, in between 1, 2, and you want to add a slide between 1 and 2. The step on how to do it. In between that 2 slides, click on it in between. When you click between 1 and 2, a horizontal inserting point will appear. And you now click the new slide button on the home tab of the slide group. I said in between. Okay, let me use 3 and 4. Maybe you have keyed in an information in slide 3 and also slide 4. And you see that if you add more information on that slide 2, it will go out from the place hold button, whereby when you project it, those ones will go off. And you see that that particular slide 3 has enough information, and adding may make it tiny, or the text may go off from the place hold button. Remember, I said the place hold button is the dotted line in the slide, and any information or any text or pictures that go off from that dotted line will not be seen when you project your work. Now you want now to say, oh, you want to add a new slide between 3 and 4. Under that 3 and 4, you see 3, you see 4. Under between both of them, click there and you click the new slide button on the home tab of the slide group. So far we have discussed what a slide is, a place hold button, and also give you 3 steps on how to insert a slide. And also, I also mentioned how you can insert a slide between 2 slides. And also, I gave us this keyboard shortcut of inserting a slide. Your assignment: differentiate between slide and place holder. Give me step on how to do the following: inserting a new slide, any of the method, any. B, add a new slide between 2 steps. Step on how to add a new slide between 2 slides. The third one, give me the keyboard shortcut of inserting a new slide. Have a nice day.